Hey guys, what's good? It is February 7th, 2026. It's Shane's World News Views podcast for the week. And we'll start off with the Benghazi incident in 2012, which killed 4 United States citizens. It was an attack in Benghazi, Libya, and it was a militant attack. One of the leading contributors to that attack was captured, detained, and sent back here to the United States of America so they could face consequences for that attack. I'm not going to name the moron that did this, or that they detained. Sometimes I feel like naming these people. I put it out there. A lot of times I don't want to give them more fame to their name, especially if they're scumbags. So just know President Trump was responsible again for catching one of the world's biggest criminals that was still out there for a long time, from 2012 when this incident took place. He's not the only one, but he was one of the main orchestrators of the Benghazi attack. So was captured and hopefully faces death. Life in prison would be too easy, but we'll see what happens with that. But good for President Trump. Gustavo Petro, the president of Colombia, he was at the White House this week talking with President Trump. This is a guy that's really compared into the same way as Maduro is, with Venezuela, where importing a lot of drugs into this country. And look, President Trump said it was a good talk. We'll see what happens. Okay. Also, you got the Clintons that are now saying that they're willing to come and face the House Oversight Committee and answer questions regarding Epstein. So, look, as far as I'm concerned, how much of the Epstein files, the so-called files, how much of this is legit? How much was added over the years? Like, added by who? How much stuff did Jeffrey Epstein really say? Is Jeffrey Epstein still alive? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of questions. And you got a guard that was present at the time that said he saw Jeffrey Epstein get taken out of the prison in a car and then was pronounced dead, that he hung himself. So, and then you got pictures of drones over Epstein Island that basically looks like Jeffrey Epstein from a distance that have been shot recently. There's pictures even coming out of Israel that the people some say are AI, but I'm pretty good at picking AI, and it doesn't look like AI to me. And it's a guy with a full facial beard and mustache. And, that they're saying that could be him also. So, of course, a lot of people think he had to do with a lot of things with the CIA and Israel. A lot of questions coming out, and more shit on President Trump and all this crap. And, look, President Trump, he lit up Caitlin Collins this week from CNN. He basically told her, she never smiles because she knows she's not telling the truth about anything. And that's the facts. CNN is paid to lie to you, to give you a narrative that focuses on one political party, and they're being paid off by higher-ups, elites of the Democratic Party, and they have no problem lying to the American public just to try to win an election, okay? Because they know they can't steal it like they did in 2020, so now they're just trying to come with bullshit lies and every day of the week. And they're okay with that. These people are okay with that, being paid to lie. And again, they will face consequences as time goes. So also, President Trump yesterday, one of his staffers posted a clip of video of the rigged 2020 election, which led into a still of an AI video that was made from The Lion King. It was a video they did. Basically, I think it was made last year, deeming President Trump as the king of the jungle, and it had the Obamas, Big Mike and Barack, their faces embodied on monkeys. So then everybody now is calling Trump a racist, and Trump says, I didn't know this was in the clip. I looked at the very beginning of it because it was about the election. This is what it was supposed to be about, and somehow this still came in at the very end from this video that was an AI-generated video from last year. And basically, if you watch the whole video, there's a bunch of crooked people that are deemed in this video in animals. So basically, the Obamas were monkeys. So was Joe Biden. So is it racist that Joe Biden, a white guy, is posted on a monkey's body? I mean, I get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But, President Trump apologized. He took it down. Okay. So, I mean, look, again, President Trump ain't racist. President Trump ain't corrupt. You're all being lied to and bamboozled. And they'll take every single little thing they can, to work with. And they'll use it. So something like this, that's all they need, for ammo. And then they say, oh, yeah, he's a racist. They all the Democratic-based idiots, whatever you want to call these jackasses, they're all, it's like all repeating the same thing. They all post the same exact thing at the same exact time because their funders are telling them, do it now, do it now, do it now. So you see all these different ones and they appear at the same time from these Harry Sisson and all these fucking clowns that post this shit, Josh Green, all these losers that post this shit for the Democratic Party. So it's a complete joke, okay? So when it's all said and done, you're going to see the 2020 election was stolen and President Trump was the righteous winner. And again, you have people like Mike Tyson, Ben Carson. I know Tim Scott was ruffled a little bit about it, and he said it should be taken down, and it was. And President Trump said he had a nice talk with Senator Scott, and, they're friends, and he explained to him, hey, man, I didn't see that this part got put in. I just watched the beginning, so I'm going to take it down. And he said they had a good talk about it. So I can understand if you're African-American of dark skin, I can understand why a monkey slur or video or something with, black people on the monkeys would offend you. I get it. But again, this is just blown out in proportion. And I've seen many videos already, African-Americans posting videos on social media saying, look, we've got these so-called peace protesters in Minnesota, okay, that are on camera calling ICE agents that are black the N-word, okay, and multiple video footages of that, and you don't see the Democratic Party saying anything about those people saying N-word to them on the streets, but they're making something out of this. And like the one person was saying, like, they don't care. All they care about is winning elections. They don't care about racism. All they care about is winning elections. Just like nobody gave a shit when Barack Obama was ordering to deport illegals, as he should have, because it's by Constitution to get illegals out of this country, but nobody was making a big thing about it. Now that President Trump is trying to uphold the Constitution, it's a big deal that we're, taking illegals out of the country, and then these agitators that are being paid thousands of dollars to stand out in ice cold weather per day in Minnesota, and they're getting put up in fucking hotels. The same loser agitators that go to everywhere that they need them to go. California, Minnesota, New York, wherever they want them to go. It's the same clowns. And they say, oh, no, we're not getting paid. We do this because, we believe in this and blah, blah, blah. And dude, give me a fucking break. You're funded, you're pathetic, and you should be arrested, and the key should be thrown away. Honestly, because you people have no morals. You have no soul. You sold out. And you have no problem lying to the American people. Again, just because you're getting paid, and these other idiots, the media, they'll lie all day to keep making their money. And they know deep down inside that they're giving fake news on a lot of things, but they're okay doing it, and it's fucking crazy. So look, there's not a lot, guys. This is really where we're at. Epstein files and fucking protests. This is all it's been, man, lately. Epstein files and protests, and really nothing much else to talk about. There's still possibility of a government shutdown. There's still possibility that we're gonna help and go, Israel and go to war with Iran possibly. We don't know what's happening with that. There's still no official peace agreement between Russia and the Ukraine. And I do like what Vladimir Putin, the great president of Russia, said this week as he was doing a talk. And he basically said the West is ran by Satanists and pedophiles. And we need to find a way to stop it. But we need to find a way to stop it with legality, by legal measures. Vladimir Putin is another guy, just like President Trump, that's being framed by the elites, the real crooked people, the ones that really don't have a problem with worshiping Satan and have no problem with pedophilia. And then they're going to try to turn the finger because they know who's trying to come and stop it. And then they're going to make it like those are the people that are the scumbags of the earth when they're the scumbags of the earth. So, look, President Putin, the Rocket Man, President Xi, President Trump, I put those guys in a different area. Those guys are away from all the other presidents and or politicians, whatever, however you want to look at it. They're not elitists. They're not globalists. They're all about their country first, which is how every country should be. And look, Italy is being ran better now, but there's a lot of other countries that are being ran fine. But I'm just saying a lot of these countries are being ran the wrong way and by the wrong people. And look, in France now, they're going after Elon Musk on X because of stuff that he's posted, negative things that they deem of France, like the Macrons, whoever, the wife being a man possibly, and, I don't know, all this shit that's been posted. And now they're going after Elon, and they're saying that there's all kinds of like child sexual bullshit on his network. And I mean, dude, it's a crock of shit. And they're coming after the people, the good people. The bad people are coming after the good people, and they're gonna lie all day to do it. And they're gonna, look, listen, there's a lot of illegal money made by these people, these bad people, and there's too many to name. I've already named tons of them over past episodes. Guys, it's rough, man, and we gotta get it right. We gotta get it right, and people gotta be held accountable. It's very simple. People gotta be held accountable, and again, I say it for the millionth time. It's the Constitution, man. United States Constitution. It's not the Trump Constitution. It's the United States Constitution that President Trump is, trying to go by. And as part of that Constitution, you can only come to this country legally. So, we have no problem with immigrants. We have problems with immigrants that come into this country illegally. Okay? That's all it is. Okay? And again, my opinion about the Epstein files, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, I think there's a lot of bullshit in there. Okay? I think there's a lot of bullshit. And again, you're thinking like, oh, Epstein said all this stuff and he was sending these emails, and dude, we don't know none of that shit. We don't know. And I'm not saying that Epstein wasn't doing things with little girls. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's all bullshit. I'm saying that I think a lot of what's in those files is bullshit. Not all of it, a lot of it. And I think a lot of the names that are added. And again, some of these emails, a lot of these things were called in. Like a lot of these people saying, oh, President Trump did this, did this, did this. These were called in. These weren't even people that went in to talk to whoever, to the FBI or whoever, and have any kind of evidence, any kind of actual evidence. Of course, there's none, because there's nothing. There's nothing. And then you can make all the pictures you want now with AI, and you could even do videos with AI to a point, but they know, just like I know when I watch an AI video or see an AI picture, I could tell. There's a way you can tell. Some people maybe not, but I can pretty much. So look, we'll see what happens if the Clintons actually come in and testify, or they say they will speak to the House Oversight Committee about it. Bill Clinton says he's going to put everything out there on Trump and on Jeffrey Epstein. Like, he didn't do anything. Like, Bill Clinton didn't do anything, but he was actually photographed on the plane, on Epstein's plane, going to the island, where President Trump never went. President Trump never went to the actual island. So, look. Also, they're saying Bill Gates is going to come in eventually. That Rep Comer was saying that the other day, that they're going to call Bill Gates to come and speak to them, so to the House Oversight. So, look, guys, we got a lot of shit going on. All I know is President Trump, he's doing great things. He's got his, for the medicine, he's going to lower the prices for your medications on a lot of them, and save all the American people money. He's signing executive orders into helping people, addicts, like drug addicts. He's doing things to really try to work with people that have issues, and that's a great thing. And of course, with the tariffs, again, people will understand in the long run, issuing those tariffs off to those other countries will make those countries lower the tariffs that they have on us, and it will make all the foods cheaper in the long run. And he even said from the start, it may take several months, it may take a year, but eventually you're going to see it, and you will start seeing it. You will start seeing the prices drop, and everybody will save money, and then they'll still talk shit about Trump. Like when the shit drops, they'll still say whatever. They'll make up stories or say he's a racist or whatever they want to do. So, you know, guys, really, I have nothing else. I could sit here and tell you what this politician said and what that politician said. They all said the same things. The Democrats, President Trump is a racist. He should be impeached. I could sit here and they all say the same thing. I mean, so I could say you Crockett or fucking Jeffries or whoever, or Schumer, whoever, you know. And then there's this whole Save Act thing. We'll see if that's, you know, gonna happen or, oh man, there's just not a lot though. Not a lot of different things. It's like I said, it's these same stories for the last really month. It seems like it's just protests in Minnesota and Epstein. That's where we're at. You know, a possible government shutdown, you know, and the good thing is I'm not hearing a lot about like any crazy killings. Like I'm missing it. I don't think so. I mean, cause I cover those. Like if there's like really crazy shit that happens and I feel it's worth reporting, I will, but I'm glad that I haven't had any of that shit. It seems like the last few weeks that I haven't had any really crazy stories to report about a guy going here and shooting up 10 people or whatever. So that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Unless the media is hiding that from us and they're just giving us extra of these protests and, Epstein file stories, which is possible too. I don't rule anything out, man. So these people tell so much bullshit. It's coming out of their ears. It's coming out of their eyes. It's coming out of everywhere. Guys, that's it. That's all I got for you this week. I mean, there's nothing else I can really tell you. You know, midterms will be coming up in a few months. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I mean, yeah, like President Trump says, I mean, if the Democrats win the midterms, of course, they're going to try to impeach him for nonsense. But again, they would never have the needed amount of votes to actually get him out of office. It's such a stupid thing. I mean, they've impeached this guy twice for nothing in the past, and it never got him out of office. Okay. So, and they will never have the right amount of votes they need by Republicans. I think it's like 21 votes or something, 21 Republicans to vote against Trump to get him out, so to side with the Democrats. It would never happen. So even if they can impeach him 30 times, he would never get removed. And it's all fucking nonsense bullshit anyway. But this is the psycho bullshit that these people are doing now. They don't care. They don't want to be united. They don't want to stand by the United States. They don't care. They just look at Trump as a Republican. He's trying to come for their corrupted money that they've been gathering over the years, a lot of these politicians, and he's trying to put a stop to it. And they don't like that. They don't like that President Trump is trying to put a stop to their gravy train. So they hate him for it, okay? These are bad people, dude. And they will lie like they have about anything and try to bamboozle the American people and all the people around the world. They'll try to bamboozle. And I think, sadly, this country is the worst for that right now. As far as lies coming out of our government, like as a whole, like Congress people, senators, whatever, this country's the worst. It's bad, dude. It's bad. I'm trying to think of, Routh. This is the story that I forgot. Routh, the loser that tried to assassinate President Trump in Palm Beach at Trump International. He was hiding in the bushes. Well, he now is facing life in prison. That's it. He was sentenced to life in prison. So, not smart to try to assassinate a president. Okay. It's not smart. Okay. So I wouldn't advise that. It's very stupid. And now he's paying the penalty for that. So anyway, guys, that's it for this week. I'll come back next week with more, and I'll see you then.